It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll see Kirk Cousins, after his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Vikings and the Jets, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a 4th-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. This defense for the Jets, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Play action now. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Room to run. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. On play action, Cousins steps away. From left side, it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Carter straight ahead. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Jets had 7 and 4 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. A throw to the flat for Carter. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll have a Jets 1st down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw, it's Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another 1st there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Back to the ground with Hall. And some room to run now. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was finished off by the rookie Breece Hall. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offensive advantage.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. Shifts by him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Going to run with Madison again. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Cousins. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. K.J. Osborne, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
And he comes back with one complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, they'll run into Wandu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Wandu. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a 2nd straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. On play action, Rodgers. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Locates Hardman for another catch. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. He finds Corey Davis. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. In motion right is Wilson. On 2nd down and 4. Rodgers. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, New York.
Straight ahead is Hall. Oh, what a move. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this 1st half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he's in. touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7.
Vikings 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As his old brain
to throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins, sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on 1st down. In motion right is Wilson. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Open man downfield is Davis. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And the slot man goes in motion left. Rodgers now on 1st down. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
What's the deal, y'all?
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Touchdown! Corey Davis as the first half is winding down. And the Jets would extend their lead here just before halftime. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown reception. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Mac Jones, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jets. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taking in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Jets head out on offense here to start this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
A quick throw here out to Cobb. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 102 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On the counter, it's Hall. Ooh, the juke. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
So much goes into a successful play. Action there, freezing.
Toss left side for Hall. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas. They're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And right side, they're going to go option here. A pitch back. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is going to be a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now Rodgers. He's got it. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Drive will start with Nwangu.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time.
making the tackle for loss.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Paul on a give up the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. 140 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The slot man in motion right. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And helps him move the sticks. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of his shoelace, they convert on 4th down. In motion goes the tight end. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here's a give to Hall. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting.
Touchdown! Corey Davis with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores, open up a pretty sizable lead.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
7. Brings Zerline to kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Vikings now heading on to the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of
Fights through and now a crease. Finding room at midfield. Still on his feet. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. He scored and the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
156 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball again.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you try not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. We're willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. He'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he will have a Vikings first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
And a 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Sauce Gardner puts it off. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll go again with Hall. Byron Murphy there on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
Hall has it knocked loose, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Cousins to throw it.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
They find some open field here. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Throwing is Cousins. Fighting through pressure, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Cousins.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A 5-yard touchdown catch.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
A handoff for Hall.
And he's got some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Here's Hall again.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. In motion left goes a tight end. They'll run here with Hall. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. In motion right is Wilson.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And the 10-year bet knocks it through the goalpost.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away.
Taken from about the 12. Kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for the Jets, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.